like Bush. I don't like the Clintons. I don't like Pelosi. But I don't romanticize them being assassinated. But I do want to see them in court and being on trial.
I want to see Pelosi's titties.
Yeah, I want to see that jiggle.
All right, for this episode, we're just going to talk about and observe some of the hilariously inaccurate mainstream media headlines that happened when the Trump assassination.
Oh my God! Here we go! Here we go!
I think Asmongold he put together a pretty good.
I feel like CNN always has the worst one.
Just listen to how some
they had
of these
the worst
are.
one in my opinion.
Okay. And if you guys don't know Asmongold, he's a really good streamer.
Thinking about this today, can you imagine what yesterday would have been like if you couldn't post whatever you wanted on social media? Like, look at this. Secret Service rushes Trump off after popping noises heard at Pennsylvania rally.
Popping noises heard.
That's pretty crazy. It could have been that, yeah. That's arguably worse.
Sounded like someone had a popcorn in a microwave.
After
Popping noises, bro.
heard. All right. Next one.
Trump escorted away after loud noises.
That's the one I saw. Loud noises.
With blood on his face.
Oh my
Whisked
God.
off stage in Pennsylvania after loud noises rang through the crowd.
Loud
U.S.
noises.
president walked off stage. He walked off.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's that one. That's all it said.
How misleading is that?
Notice how they have to emphasize ex-president, former president.
Always.
They don't do that to Obama.
Nobody says that to Bush, Obama,
Yeah.
any of those cats.
Why do they do? Are they trying to frame it so that your head is like, oh, he was the past?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
I have no idea.
Because they call Obama and President Obama. They don't.
All the time. They
Yeah.
say President Obama.
Look at this one. It says Trump removed from stage by Secret Service.
Stage after loud noises startles former president.
Startles him.
My favorite one. Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. CNN.
That one's coming up.
That's another one I saw.
Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. This one is crazy. Forbes put this out an hour ago. Will surviving gunfire be Trump's next appeal to black voters?
No way they put that.
Fuck.
That's wild.
So fucked up.
Who wrote that?
Forbes.
Exactly.
I did. Makes sense though, doesn't it?
Say it though. Did he use it?
Is he trying to win the black vote by dodging bullets?
No. Where's the link? No, I don't believe it.
What?
He goes to look it up if it's really
The
an article.
article has been deleted.
Oh.
It was so bad that Forbes got rid of it.
Wow.
to black voters.
So fucked. Archive it? If somebody can give me a link. Got it.
That's crazy.
The release of his criminal mugshot deeply resonated with black voters. Hopefully being shot doesn't have to be...
Jesus Christ.
Oh, nuts is that?
How racist is Forbes?
And they call Trump the racist?
Such projection when they do that. I love it.
Mainstream freaking media, dude.
Dude, what's sick campaign direction?
Bro.
What the hell?
Now I want to know if he won over black voters. I want to know the stats.
Especially with all those gunshots and mugshots.
Fuck, dude.
Okay,
What's going on? Who's writing these headlines?
that's what I want to know.
Who's checking these?
And why are they all on the same camp?
Dude, it's Trump's PR, dude. They're killing it. Anti-PR PR is the best.
Why is CNN, Forbes, fucking Newsweek, or whatever, like, how come they're all trying to avoid the words assassination attempt?
Because it was staged, Joe.
Yeah,
Because it's gonna make him look.
It builds sympathy.
And it's kind of, if you're an anti-Trump guy, you're probably, because I remember reading some subreddits talking about the Trump stuff, and there was one that was like millennials, that was like the tag or whatever, and a lot of people were saying like, oh, just because he got shot, everyone's gonna support him now. Like they're really upset about the fact that he survived the shooting, and they were saying that just because he got shot doesn't make I will never support him. He almost deserved to get shot because of the hateful speech and rhetoric that he says, which I thought was like a pretty crazy take, like 2 hours right after he got shot.
Yeah.
It's like what happened to Jack Black and his fucking homie from Tenacious D.
Yeah, I heard they canceled their whole tour.
Yeah.
They did.
So what was the story behind that?
So it was the other guy's birthday.
Kyle Gass.
Yeah, Kyle Gass, and then they
gave him a
did a
cake.
birthday wish.
Yeah.
And then he on the mic was just like, Next time,
Don't miss or something.
Yeah. And then it's because Jack Black like just kind of laughed and didn't really say anything. And
It was an
so-
awkward
yeah.
thing. Like, dude, you can awkward laugh at things sometimes that you don't want to laugh at.
You would say that.
It might be a reaction too, you know.
But that's
Jesus.
also a dumb fucking thing to do. Like knowing that you're being filmed and shit, and it's that fresh.
Yeah.
Like that was a kind of a stupid move. But then they ended up like canceling the rest of their tour. I don't know how big of a deal that
It was
is.
supposed to be
Australia tour or
Australia
something, right?
tour.
Because they're saying that's like promoting hate speech.
Yeah, the one of the ministers of whatever the heck, I can't remember what, was like filing a order for deportation.
Oh wow.
They wanted them out.
Yeah, it's one of those crazy ones too where I actually think that it's about, I was reading, it's about like insurance, because now if they're going to continue doing the tour, they're going to have to insure all these places, and they might get some kind of blowback because they said that shit. So
The
all,
liability
all
is
the
too high.
venues are like, guess what? Fuck you. And then so they canceled the tour because of that.
That makes sense too.
That does make sense, actually.
Yeah. Because it's like if you could be the source of like an incited action.
It just increases the threat level, and then why would you want to insure that?
This other comedian guy got fired too from his job. Do you see that? Some comedian guy said the same shit on his ex. Roughly the same exact thing that Kyle Gass said, and then he lost his like radio broadcasting job. Like people are losing their actual shit over just making these remarks.
And I think it would have been the same either way, because like we are so divided right now as like a nation, where if this happened to Biden, I'm pretty fucking sure there'll be some lunatics on the right.
No question.
Both sides have lunatics right now, and they get a they got a megaphone, and it's like, why do we highlight these fucking dumbasses?
Yeah.
Because they don't reflect the actual party. But that's what ends up happening. Yeah, there was a compilation of fucking colored-haired crazy people on TikTok going, oh, I can't believe he missed. Oh, he needed to die.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
Like that Destiny guy going after the fireman. I'm like,
I know,
bro,
that's nuts.
get off your line, go outside, take a walk.
What did he say about the fireman?
He said, fuck him.
Fuck him. I'm glad he's dead. I wish more people. All this shit.
And then so he was on Pierce, and Pierce Morgan was like, yeah, he goes, you don't really mean that, right? Like he was trying to give him an out, and he goes, why don't you condemn that? And he goes, no, fuck it. Yeah, he was like, I meant it. Yeah, I'll make a joke about anybody after they die. So I was like, okay.
That just seems like true
It's just
rage bait.
pure hate. It's pure hate,
Yeah.
hater shit.
Which is really weird, because if you're out here talking about unity, if you're out here trying to, basically what's happening is they're going, well, Republicans are bad, so I can be bad.
Oh yeah. The Republicans are radicalized, so I'm gonna be radicalized against them. It's like, Jesus, dude. Yeah, you are exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it should go either way. If this happened to Biden and people were saying that same shit about him, I would hope it's the same response.
Same.
I would hope that like everybody gets condemned for fucking saying shit like that.
And then fuck the journalists for taking a side. Like, they're doing a horrible job.
Mainstream media's fucking it up.
To say the facts. Let's just talk about the facts of the situation.
Even if something happened to Gavin Newsom, legit, I'd be sad about it. Legit.
I don't want anybody to
Exactly.
die. Like, I want
think
different people to win, but I don't want anyone to die. Like,
In a civilized place, right, we're supposed to battle it out through
that's
force.
what the key is: civilization.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's like, well, if you want to get into being a bunch of like violent warlords, we can go there. But
Right.
it sucks.
But there's a reason we don't do that anymore.
Because it just starts a precedent for something else. It's like, okay, well, if we could off the other side, then we're going to go into war.
Yeah, that's
And it's like, that's not good for nobody.
That's what I think the double standard is you have all these like liberal people that are like crying that Trump didn't get shot, but yet these are the same people that argue that we should give the land back to Native Americans because it was stolen. It's like that was the same, if not a different technique to gain something. You just wished for that for the presidential office.
Bro, imagine like seeing that on TV, like you're watching this live broadcast and you see a guy get his head blown off.
Oh my god.
Like imagine, like not even Trump or
Yeah.
just anything. Like
Yeah.
imagine seeing that
Yeah.
as a nation and or the whole world. Like that's fucked up,
We
dude.
haven't seen that like.
And those chicks are like, yes, that's what I want.
Yeah, bro, that's wild.
Psychotic shit. That's what I mean.
How detached are we? You know, like
that
It's
tells
insane.
you like where they belong in society, like not in it.
Yeah,
That's
because
not.
I don't like Bush. I don't like the Clintons. I don't like Pelosi. I don't fucking romanticize them being assassinated. But I do want to see them in court and being on trial for
I
some
want to see
of the
Pelosi's
things.
titties.
Yeah, I want to see that jiggle. But I do want to see like,
And her stocks trades.
right?
People compared the Pelosi thing too, because they said like, oh, all the Republicans, we're laughing at this video of him getting hit in the head with a hammer and like talking about how what a piece of shit they are. But it's like, dude, that video wasn't that cool to watch
He didn't
either.
die.
No,
It was crazy.
But also,
and he didn't die.
And why are you comparing it?
And
know,
Republicans
that's kinda
also didn't think I still didn't think that would have been cool to joke
No.
about that in that way. Like
no.
I wouldn't hope he got killed by a hammer.
Yeah.
I definitely thought he was like doing some gay stuff, but that turned out to be not the case.
Yeah, that was a theory, but
Yeah.
you know.
But also, it's fun to do conspiracy stuff sometimes, to wade in the conspiracy stuff, but it's never fun when people get killed. Like that's a whole nother thing.
Well, I think at the end of the day, people don't see the other side anymore as a part of the same team at the end of the day.
No, yeah.
Like they don't like that's why for me it's like regardless if you're liberal or Republican, if an assassination happens, it's like you still fucking shot one of us. It's still an American that got fucked.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why is that? Why are you celebrating?
I don't
why you?
understand that.
That doesn't make any sense to
Hey,
me.
We
if
just
that
we
is
just
what you
happen to
want.
be in a fucking really extreme time where people actually hate. There's always been times where like people didn't like the
It
candidate.
is an extreme time. Yeah.
But like I've never more so seen people be like, I hate this person. And it's like, whoa, that's crazy that you have like that like depth of
At the
emotion.
same time, I've never seen more love towards a politician
That's
in
it.
my lifetime. I'm not kidding. Maybe I think it echoes Obama 08, like Trump right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the same exact energy of that.
Because
The passion behind them.
Maybe even more so because I think a lot of the Obama was like they liked them as a person versus the people that like Trump, they like what Trump stands for. So it's not like, oh, this guy is just same background or whatever.
Right.
It's like this is the things that he stands for and he's fighting for. So I like what his mindset is about.
Well, after the whole shooting, I thought it would be like a lot more people would be like taking a step back and say, all right, well, this is really fucked up that this is happening.
Right, you would think-
Like the crisis of where our American
I think for about
politics are at.
12 hours that happened.
Yeah, and then you see the pendulum swing either side where you see like the divide and you're like, oh fuck, this
No,
kind
it
of made
was
everything
immediate.
worse. Yeah.
What I found really fishy is even during a time of crisis like that, mainstream media refused to report it accurate. And I'm like, why do they hate him so fucking bad to the point where they really glossed over it? And I'm like, it's really true, right? So like the more they attack Trump in this way, the more questions I have.
It's just like during COVID when they started attacking Joe Rogan so hard for asking questions, and I was kind of like, why are they're going after him so hard and they're
Yeah.
lying about him so much, what bothers me about all of this shit is when you have to lie about somebody. Like they take Joe Rogan's face and they turn it green and they say he has COVID
Oh my
and
God,
look at how
that was
sick he looks.
crazy.
Right, and then you got the Charlottesville bullshit where they go, Trump said there's great people on both sides, and if you look at the fucking footage, which we did multiple times, Trump says there's great people on both sides. And I'm not talking about the white supremacists, the white nationalists who should be condemned totally. We watched the fucking
they cut
footage.
that
They
before
cut
they
that out every time, but then Biden still talks about that. He just talked about this shit on Monday.
Yeah.
2 days after Trump got shot. He's like, Charlottesville, that was fucking crazy, huh? Can you believe that shit?
And why are people like still saying, even though Trump was like, I don't have anything to do with Project 2025. Why are people still to this day being like, did you see Project 2025? Look at what Trump's gonna plan.
yeah.
And he's like,
I don't
He
have anything
said
to
so
do with
quickly
it.
after they first revealed that, like, I don't know what that shit is.
Dude, tell me about
Do
it.
they just think he's lying?
Of course they do.
In that congressional hearing with Ben Shapiro, that dude who was asking questions to Ben Shapiro about 2025, he said that Project 2025 was the most Googled term during that time. So it's just like the hottest.
Yeah.
Eric Swalwell was,
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Like politics has never been so hot.
Let's say what if
It is exciting. I never followed politics like this.
Kind of scares me.
It's
though.
been a very exciting year.
Plus, also the way we like
with
received
all
news
the-
back in the day.
When Trump was president, though, he didn't try to ban porn. This like they go Project 2025. He's gonna ban porn. He's gonna do all this shit. It's like I don't know. I don't know if he did one thing that you guys are talking about from Project 2025, brother. The only thing that I know that you can cite is that he did add people to the Supreme Court that knocked down Roe v. Wade. That's a fucking fact. So, does he want to ban abortion nationwide? He was just asked that during the debate. He said no.
You can leave it up to the states or whatever.
Right. So I don't. You know.
What if, like, you know how the liberals were kind of like for him getting shot? Like, what if they were like, okay, fine, you guys want to just settle all of this with shooting? Because I don't think they would win that either. You know what I mean?
It's just a weird precedent.
They seem to lean towards the side of pro-violence, because even like during like the whole like riots and stuff, that's like the way that it's like, this is the way how I feel heard. We gotta go storm buildings and fucking tear down REIs and shit.
Right.
What I don't understand right now is, so on the right, we have actual different, like, figures that are influencers or commentators or political figures, or even like fresh new candidates, right? On the left, we do have certain new people like AOC. There's a couple of senators. There's like new candidates, right? But when it comes to the influencers and the people that will actually come out and talk, I've only seen Cenk from Young Turks, Cenk, and then there's the other girl who actually flipped.
Yeah.
She said, I'm not gonna be a part of this anymore, right? And then there's Destiny making his rounds. He's supposed to represent the Gen Z like crowd. But
That's a bad
Destiny's doused
representation,
himself in gasoline.
But what I'm saying is, where are the other ones? Like, I don't really see the ones that are actually speaking,
level-headed
engaging.
ones.
Well, even if they're not level-headed, I don't see them engaging in. Because at least for Destiny and these guys, they're making their rounds and speaking, right?
Oh,
But-
you mean how they
I see what
avoid
you're saying.
debate?
There is none.
The other guys.
And there is no figureheads. So these like, like if the woke mob or whatever, if they come out, right? You just see a bunch of like colored haired students, but you don't see a figurehead. You don't see a prominent person who is philosophically leading the charge. Is what I'm saying on the left. You don't really see.
There's
that.
you don't
You consider Charlemagne or no?
No, not at all. No.
he actually said he wouldn't vote for Biden too.
Yeah. But I don't think he represents the left.
Yeah.
Then he ain't black.
Yeah.
This is probably also like the election in 2020 where it's like it wasn't so much Biden winning than it was people not wanting Trump.
No, not wanting Trump. Yeah.
So it's like similar on both sides, like still that same thing, not necessarily a love for the Democratic, nominee or lead nominee, I guess, versus not wanting Trump to retain or get back into office. But the same thing for all the people that were kind of in the middle. I think they're also feeling like, man, I don't want Trump to win, but it definitely can't be Biden. You know what I mean? So I think that's also happening. So
I just want to know what the leading thoughts and positions are on the left.
I don't think anybody can tell you that.
That's the point.
Do you think it's because
Trump bad for democracy. Trump will put
Everything's
kids.
focused on Trump.
Trump will put kids in cages.
Yeah.
Trump will take our democracy away. This will be our last election. We'll never get to vote again.
Because if they didn't have like a legit candidate on the Democrats, if they did have one, then they would probably be pushing that. But then it has to be the antithesis. Of
Also,
Trump.
shit I saw on social media, it's like, what's the difference between a KKK rally and the GOP convention? I'm like, did you even watch this shit, bro?
Hulk Hogan was up there, dude.
Like, Hulk Hogan's up there. Like, I saw people from all kinds of different backgrounds up there. Like, and yeah, I thought it was mostly pretty boring, but that's not the same thing.
Did you guys like Amber Rose?
That was.
I thought it was interesting.
But this is the first time when
was
I
pretty
thought
funny.
the GOP was actually doing pop culture shit. Because if you think about it,
They
right,
usually don't.
it's usually just country and like rock and like very
Self-servicing
Dude, they had
cultural.
Lights there.
They had a union leader up there talking shit on corporations, talking shit on Amazon.
which is weird. Yeah.
Crazy. I've never seen that at a GOP convention.
Pretty sick.
It's great.
Big flip.
It's just exactly. It's just been a complete reshaping of what the Republican Party used to be, and it's probably all never going to be acted on, but it's at least talked about.
But I know they do reports on like the like people in the middle, and a lot of them are saying like they just don't feel like the Democrats can be trusted just because of all the parading of Biden being like he's totally fine, and we're all sitting here like no, he's not fine, dude. Like what is going on?
It's weird. Like aside from like not even looking at the political details of anything, if I were to make an emotional decision, I just feel like Democrats hate me. So I'm more inclined to go with what they don't like because I feel like they hate me.
Interesting.
And I don't know why that is. Like when my day-to-day interactions with people who are Dem or liberal, they feel so angry and they feel so like ready to get mad at me for something. And I'm like, I haven't even done anything. And it makes me more inclined to be like, okay, well, what do you not like? Because I don't like you as a person.
I'm gonna sit this one out. That's
It's
all I
such a weird, like,
like a
carnal.
stop oil
Yeah, it's a
people.
carnal feeling. Yeah, it's like everything that you see in life where people are yelling and shouting and screaming in your face and everything. That's you don't run into that really from the Republican side as much, and I feel like I should be because growing up I was them.
how it used
My
to
whole
be, yeah.
family tree was them, and then I thought that's how Republicans were. That they were the ones that are like, get back to your country, but that's completely not the case.
That's actually what I thought, because you know you're born into the left. In California, if you're a minority, you're a race traitor if you go right, and so I never even would have
These
considered.
people are Republicans.
Yeah, but that's different because they ran away from communism.
Yeah.
But or if you're young and if you went to college, most people are left, right?
Yeah.
And then if you question or even divert from that, then you're one,
Nazi.
you're sucking up to white people, and two, you know, like you hate yourself because you want to be white. And it's all these things like, what about the philosophical differences? But anyways, I never would have considered it because the Republican Party didn't feel inviting Bush era and previous to that. If you were Anglo and Christian and for big corporations, you really weren't welcome.
Anti-union.
You were anti-working class.
They were.
They were snobs. They were oil snobs.
They wanted to cut Medicare.
Yeah.
They wanted to cut Social Security. Remember Bush gets in 2004? He's like, I have a mandate. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut fucking Social Security. And guess what happened to him? Polls tanked immediately. And the Democrats hit him with it hard. And I'm glad they did because it saved Social Security from getting gutted. That's what he wanted to do. Because that era of the Republican Party, to me, is just pure fucking authoritarian, corporatist, evil shit.
What I like was what Vivek said, where he's like, and if you want to disagree and you want to have that like opinion, we'll fight for your opinion to be the opposite, because that's what it's about. It's almost like I can't imagine if the Republicans of America were like, you didn't post a white square after Trump got shot at, you're racist now. It's like that.
A white square.
It didn't happen to anybody, but that was happening to all of us.
Yeah.
It really was. People were really like, where's your black square? Where the fuck is it?
What the fuck?
Like, they were muscling you about
Dude,
that
mine,
shit.
because I pulled it
That's
up.
crazy.
I pulled it up off Google. Mine had, I guess if you zoomed in on it, like the
yeah.
tiniest white line, and people were like, yeah, he's trolling on this shit too. And I'm like, are you fucking
You
kidding me?
did
I don't
do
even-
that, though.
I did not.
Just kidding.
And then later on, we get in trouble if we posted the black square because we were performative.
Dude, you can't win. That's the thing that I'm like. Even when I tried to be like an ally, I was still the enemy.
And that's why JK was boring in 2020. Shout out 2020 JK vids.
Watch back.